Ooh, that looks tasty.
Welcome, folks. The Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of the monthly menu, and today we are talking about the month of June. And as a reminder, it always goes from about the 15th to the 17th, 15th to the 20th, around there. So we're talking about half month to half month. So we're talking about June right now, even though we're reaching the mid to late July right now. And so jumping right in to start out, did my predictions or my hopes from last month come to pass? And we'll start with the list, the ever-present list. And it was actually very cool because my wife was looking at it. We were thinking about playing a game and she said, oh man, we're almost done with the list. Oh, I can't wait to make another one. So excited about that. So the list, you're probably thinking, based on that comment, that we knocked some games off. Nope, didn't happen. Not my fault. Not my fault. Unfortunately, my wife got pretty ill for a while. Now everything's just kind of catching up in work and that kind of stuff. So didn't get to the list. Next one was Vindication. Second month in a row I had it on there. I was very excited to actually get it at the table. Did it happen? No, it did not. Not even close. I was really hoping that Streamline Matt would be able to get away and play, but he could not, so it did not happen. Next one is the City of Gears, kind of the new light one that I was hoping to kind of check out. Didn't know much about it other than Dice Tower. I loved it. Everyone else was like, meh. So, no, didn't get that one either. But I tried so hard. I'd read the rules a few weeks ago, and I took it just last night and to try to kind of squeak it in because I knew I was recording today. And I took it out and I set it up and I was looking and we were about to introduce to somebody and I was looking, I was like, I just don't really remember how this works. And I was trying to quickly review the rules and figure it out and I just wasn't grasping it quick enough. And they were bored waiting, so we put it away and we played something else. So no City of Gears. And then we have The Loop. Nope. Yet again, didn't get it. I really thought I was. I don't know what happened. I actually put that on the list because I was going somewhere the next day to play The Loop. So I seeded it. So I knew I would have something that I got right. Somehow, didn't happen. Did not get The Loop to the table. So nope, not at all. And then the final one, Stars of Ikarios. This is one that I put it on the list and I didn't even have it yet. But I put it on there kind of as a wishful thinking, and yes, I did. Not only did I play it, I painted a bunch of it. It actually showed up like a day or two after I recorded last time, so it really worked out well. I got it to the table a whole bunch. I actually got it to the table enough that I was actually able to put out an entire review video, or a mini review video, about it. And so very happy that I actually got that to the table. Now, moving into the 5 most played games of the month. This was another month where I had a bunch of games kind of tied for that 5th spot. And so somewhat arbitrarily, I made my choice. The first thing I always do is any game that had any digital plays, I always just throw those away. Not because I think digital plays are lesser, but just because it's less effort in doing it. So I tossed that away. And so coming in at number 5 is one that I've had for a little bit, but I just got it to the table. And this is a little bit of an odd one. It comes in number 5 because I played it once, and I got to play with Johnny Pack. He was visiting, and we tried it. And then I played many more times, kind of, because there's no solo mode to it, but I was very intrigued by this game. And so I just somewhat two-handed it, not really, did a fast and dirty kind of solo mode just so I could kind of try out these mechanics. And I played many games. So, but not really playing games because there's not even an official solo. Anyhow, that game is Monasterium. And this is one very Euro German game. And it's a bunch of monasteries, and what you have is you have a whole bunch of initiates, potential monks on your player board, and you'll be taking these monks and you're going to be sending them off into monasteries. You might send them off to like work in the kitchens or work in the library or work in the workshop, or you might send them to pray in the chapel, or you might send them like into the cloister, I guess, to then become a monk. But to do that, you have this little donkey cart that's moving down the road in the middle of the path. As it moves down, that's going to give you access to different monasteries based on the paths that come off it. And at the core of the game, though, what you have is you have these dice that you're using. At the beginning of the turn, everyone rolls a bunch of dice, and each time you roll, you pick a number. So let's say I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and 3 5s. Well, I could put just the 1 out, just the 2 out, just the 3 out, or I could put all the 5s out onto the board. And keep in mind, now, this does not mean that I get them. It means they are available to be drafted. And then everyone's going to do this. You pick one, the next person goes, they roll, and you put them all out. You seed all the dice out onto the board. And then on your turn, from 1 through 5, you get to pick up to 3 dice of a single number. So if there's 3 1s out there, you can just grab all the 1s. You have your own colored dice that are protected and whatever. And you have a basic action that goes with all of those dice. However, as you send these initiates out, and there are a bunch of initiates, I think there's 25 that you have, you're unlocking potential actions. So if I send an initiate out, now suddenly I have a space open on my 1 column. So my 1 could be the basic action, or I could take one of the other actions. And along with that, as you're putting these people out into the monasteries, you might be getting stained glass windows that you're putting into your stained glass window board, and it's got some rules of placement. You're getting points that way, and you're moving through, moving your donkey cart, sending out these initiates, drafting dice, and trying to accomplish these various scoring conditions that you have that change every single game. And the point is, a lot I just talked about it, is I'm fascinated by this game. There is so much to think about. There is so much going on, yet you can't really plan far ahead because you're totally at the mercy of the dice. And not only are you at the mercy of the dice, you can see what's out there, but you're at the mercy of what is left over to you when it comes back to your turn and what you're going to be able to do. Do you want to just take as many actions as you can because there's 3 of this one die, or do you want to take the thing that you really, really need? And fascinating game, so I'm very, very curious of where that's going to go. I'm looking forward to playing more about it. Next one is one that was one of my top played games of the year last year. And it has kind of sat dormant on my shelf for a while, but recently broke it back out, and that is Lions of Lydia. And this is a game, it's a bag management game where you're pulling a meeple out of the bag and you're sending it out to a gate in the city that's going to get you resources. And as you're going through, you're going to use those resources to buy different little properties, which are going to give you powers to improve your efficiency engine, but eventually you're going to get these gold meeples out there, and these gold meeples are going to start buying your resources and giving you gold coins, and these coins become wild and blah, 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 blah. Bag management, resource management, tableau building, engine building game, and it's a delightful game. However, what makes me really excited about it, and I'd forgotten how excited I was by it, is all the mini modules that come in the box. There's like 7 mini modules that just start adding complexity to the game, because the core game is very, very simple, and for a big-time hobby gamer like me, you probably get bored of it. But then you just start adding stuff, and it just ramps up the complexity by little tiny bits and just makes it really, really, really interesting to me. And it's one that when I did a preview, I said it's a Splendor killer. Well, I guess sales-wise, it didn't turn out to be a Splendor killer, but I stand by it because those bits of complexity, when you start adding those in, the game just really pops and really shines. Really enjoy it. So glad I got to play Lions of Lydia again. Number 3 is one that's been on this list before. That is Planet Unknown. I'm not going to go too deep into it again, but you got your Lazy Susan, you got your simultaneous play, you got your different asymmetric planets, your different asymmetric player boards and all the stuff, and you got your tracks and your polyominoes and smashing life pods and meteorites hitting and all these different things. Still a really, really cool polyomino game. And for my money, this side of Kingdom Rush, it's the best polyomino game out there. And I shouldn't even compare it to Kingdom Rush because they're such completely different games. That's my number 3. So my number 2 is one that I talked a whole bunch about forever ago, and it's finally arrived. And that is Ping Yao, First Chinese Banks. And I got to play that several times. I have not yet gotten to play it with the Golden Pawner expansion, which is where it really, really shines. But this is a game that you are banking. That's what you're doing. You're opening new branches and you're moving Saichi, which is like kind of gold, or not gold, silver ingots around, and you're getting interest on your loans that you're putting out, and like you're opening new branches and you're bribing the government and all these things. And it's just, for a dry theme, right? Banking, it's so wonderfully thematic. I stand by it. It just crushes it. And it's a good game, Ping Yao. When you add in that Golden Pawner expansion, it's an amazing game. And my favorite little story from it is I played it with the original Don, and at the end we were just kind of rehashing how the game went. And I won, which makes sense because I've played many times, he never played. And he said, what did you do? What did you do to win? And I was like, subscribing while I was doing this, and manage my loans and those. And I was like, oh, so you were banking? That's what you were doing. That's how you. I was like, oh yeah, I was banking, and I love that because I don't give a crap about banking in general, other than they hold the little bit of money that I have for me. So Ping Yao, really, really enjoy it. And then we come to number 1, which was far and away the most played game, not even close. That is Stars of Icarios, and it has its various game phases, huge campaign, huge story. You have your space dogfighting, which is kind of based in the DNA of kind of a Gloomhaven, but you have dice placement instead of, cards. And then you have your world exploration, which is based in the DNA of Seventh Continent. And then you have this kind of space exploration thing is going on. I had a great time painting stuff. I had a great time, just very, very cool game. I'm really, really enjoying it and looking forward to playing more of that. Now, next month, here we go. I have very little faith that this is going to happen, but I am hoping. I have one on here that is a crazy, crazy prediction, but I'm going to see if it comes to pass. First one, The List. Again, enough said. Next one, I'm going to put City of Gears on that list again, just because I'm still fascinated by the look of that game. I think it's going to be fun. And I wish I knew what was getting people's goats about it. Next one is Vindication, 3 months in a row. Maybe this is the month I'll get it done. Then the next one is Too Many Bones, Automaton, or Automation, I can't remember, of Shale. And this is one, and I love Too Many Bones. This is a cool one to me because when they put this on Kickstarter, or had it out as a April 4th, I don't know what it was, I ignored it because it's a pop-up book. That's what this thing is. It's a pop-up book. And I was like, I don't need a pop-up book. I mean, there's fun little stories there, but I don't need a pop-up book. But what I've learned is, because I read way after the fact, and they were kind enough to send me a copy of it, is that, yes, it's a pop-up book. And by the way, it is the coolest dang pop-up book you have ever seen. But you get to play through the pop-up book. Each of the different pages has hidden cards and hidden chips and stuff in there, and you get to actually play through those with the characters. So I'm super excited about that. I'm very, very confident I'm going to get that done, though I don't know, because my buddy Improv Dan, who used to do a lot of voiceover for me, he wants to play, and it's always just very hard for us to get together, but I'm hoping that's going to happen. And then the last one, which is those of you who know what this game is are going to be like, what are you talking about? Get out of here. And that's Flamecraft. I'm going to do my best to play a game in meat space of Flamecraft. And I like this game. My wife likes this game. It would be on the list if we actually had a copy of it. But Flamecraft. And I'm not talking about a prototype. Actually, I don't have a prototype anymore. I don't remember who I sent it off to. But an actual game of Flamecraft. That's my last one on the list. Adorable little dragons, worker placement, resource management, recipe fulfillment, just delightful, delightful little game. So there you have it, folks. That is my top 5 games from June 2022 and my predictions and how I did last time. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.